What it is, what it do. It's the world's most common denominator, aka Mr. JKG, aka Mr. Just Keep Going. And y'all know what it is, man. I'm back again with another banger. And today, I'm gonna get into how I bought my first investment property. I'm gonna make it short and sweet, try to give y'all a few gems, a few things to look into, and hopefully you can take that next step just like I did. But for the most part, to get into it, first, y'all already know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, man. It don't cost you nothing to support. All I need is a like, a short comment, whether it's negative or positive, and hit that notification button so you can always know when I'm dropping some new bangers. To get into today's subject on how I bought my first investment properties, it was short and sweet. It was simple. And I actually got this gem from my mortgage lender. You know, I actually bought my mom's home. My first home is the home I've always lived in, you know, for the most part. Besides when I moved away and lived in different places, you know, cities and states or whatever. But for the most part, like I said, I bought my mom's home, and instead of me getting a loan for the amount that was owed on the house, I went 50,000 over the amount that was owed. And instead of her just depositing it into my account, what we did then, you know, I had a few LLCs. So first thing first, I got my credit in order. That's a big factor. That is a key factor. First thing I did was get my credit in order. Therefore, I can go and apply for the home loan. And I used the VA loan because I'm a military veteran. So first and foremost, got my credit in order. Once I got my credit in order, I was able to go apply for the loan. I found me a good mortgage lender. I got approved for the loan. And instead of paying what was owed on the house, I went 50K over what was owed on the house. So I initially got a loan 50,000 more than what I needed to actually buy the house. And I also negotiated with the bank who my mom was had her mortgage loan through. Negotiated with them, got the house for $8,000 less. So that ended up putting more money in my pocket. So once we went through that process, went to the closing day, they wrote my mom her check. Instead of her depositing it into her account or my personal account, she donated it to my LLC. And once she did that, I got the money in my business name, and I went and bought my investment property with the profits. And of course, I looked after my mom and all that blase, of course, you know. But that's how I initially started investing in real estate. I got the VA loan. I got my credit together. I got the VA loan, went and bought my first home. And instead of paying what was owed on it, I went 50K over. I took that 50K, that profited 50,000, and I put it into my mom donated it to my LLC, put it in my business bank account, went and filed me a duplex for less than 50,000, bought it, used the rest of the proceeds to fix it up, and now I'm renting it out. So like I said, short and sweet. And I'm putting this gem out there because everyone doesn't know about things like that. Everyone is just not in tune with knowledge like that. And like I said, I learned that from my mortgage lender. I would have never known about that unless he put me on game. You know what I'm saying? Because once you close and everything, whatever you do, whatever that the person who you buying the house from, whatever they do with the money, or you know, that's on y'all. When y'all walk out of there, you know, if you buying it from your mother, cousin, uncle, whoever. And it was just fortunate enough that I was able to buy my mom's home from her and keep it in the family. So I know it's a lot of people out there, you know, that has a mother, a father, or aunt, uncle, cousin that wants to get rid of their house, or you want to retire your mom or your dad, and you take over things now as the older child or grown child that you are now to your mom or dad, and you just want to take a lot of stress or relief off your parent or parents. And that's a gem. That's a way you could do it. So for example, say your mom or your father owes $100,000 towards their house to the mortgage lender or to the bank that has financed their house. Okay, you know you can get approved for 100,000. So instead of getting approved for 100,000, you go get approved for 150,000. And once they write your mom or dad or mom and dad that check for 150,000, they gonna take the 100,000 to the bank, of course, to pay the mortgage loan off, and the 50 is in their pocket. Now, if you can work out something with your mom and dad to get them to where they either give you the whole 50 or 25,000, 20,000, 10, 15, whatever y'all decide on, and you take that and go invest. Don't take it and go splurge. Don't go to Miami. Don't go get a Camaro. Don't go get a Charger or a Challenger. Don't go on stupid vacations. Don't go splurge on women. Don't go splurge on men. Take the money and invest. Because at the end of the day, once you invest that money in something like real estate that can create cash flow, another stream of income, now if times get hard, you still got this cash flowing asset over here. You still got this house that 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now is only gonna go up in value. So if push come to shove, you had to sell the house, you can make you 30, 40, $50,000 profit off the house, and that'll put you right back where you need to be, and you can rinse and repeat, do the process all over again. And this time, just learn from your mistakes. I promise you, that cash flow I get from that duplex helps me out tremendously. I love it. And some people call it passive income, but to me, it's more so active because I don't have a property manager over my properties. I'm the property manager, so when something goes wrong, they call me and I fix it. So therefore, it's more so active. I go pick up the rent, like I said, they call me when something is messed up. What else? I go, if someone moves out of one side, I go and, post on Facebook or post wherever I need to post, or word of mouth that I have an open unit. So, it's more so I don't cut the grass and stuff. I hire people for that, but still, it's slightly passive and slightly active. It's a percentage of both. But like I said, it's extra income. Whether you have a 9 to 5, whether you're a disabled veteran like me, you get VA income, and that helps me out. Multiple streams of income. Because right now I work a job. I get VA disability income from my renters, rental income, and any other hustle I do on the side. I'm posting content, so eventually this will pay off. That'll be another stream of income. A vending machine, I'm not too big on that right now. Like, I'm looking to sell that, to be honest. That's just not my lane. I was just trying different things, just investing, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I still can sell that vending machine and it's cash in my pocket. I have a brokerage account, in the stock market. That's up and down, but for the most part, I've been gaining right now. So that's another income. It's not hard to get money. That's another point that I want to make in this video. It's hard to maintain it. It's hard to keep it. A lot of us know how to get money. We just don't know how to go about keeping it and making it grow, impregnating the dollar. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to put out here. I'm trying to show you how to make 1 into 2, 2 into 8, 8 into 16, 16 into 48. You know what I mean? And it's possible, but it's not going to happen overnight. People want this shit to start right now and 90 days later be a millionaire. Man, some who did this shit. Even these folk posting their content, bro, you're not going to become no millionaire. You're going to be making 5 figures from posting content overnight. You're going to need 2, 3, 4, 500 videos. You're going to need 10,000 hours of watch time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need shares, likes, comment. Like, you're going to have to attract the people. You're going to have to grasp the people. Like, it just don't work like that, bro. You're going to have to put it in the work. I don't own my properties for 2 years now. And of course, they don't went up in value. And I own a piece of land. So, like, Of course, my value has grown, but like I said, it took time. It's been 2 years, bro. Like the value didn't, when I bought those properties, the value didn't go up in 60 days, 90 days. It didn't even go up in 180 days. It took a couple years. So yeah, now the value is more. But like I said, it didn't come overnight. It came over time. And see, that's what's most valuable is time. When you start putting your money in the right sources or in the right avenues, in the right lanes, and investing into the right type of investments, now you have more time to indulge into things like content creation or different businesses because you have enough cash flow coming in to support you, your family, and pay your bills. Now you could take time off from your job. Now you might be able to just quit your nine to five as a whole and move on and work for yourself. But it took time. It didn't happen overnight. So you have to invest. You have to invest. I took that profit that my mom donated to my business and I went and bought an investment. I went and bought a property, a duplex to be exact. Bought that duplex, fixed it up from the ground up. All new plumbing, all new electrical, new siding, new paint, new flooring, new doors, new screen doors, new mailbox, anything you can think of. I redid the whole thing inside and out. And now I generate cash flow from that asset because I invested into it. And that's easy. There's a lot of people out here still living with their parents. And that's not the bash anyone. And when I bought my mom's house, I actually wasn't living with her. I actually wasn't looking to buy her house because I wanted to move outside of my hometown. But once I really sat down and thought about it, I said it'll behoove me to buy this property because 5 years from now, it'll set me apart from my peers. I'll be where I want to be, not working, generating passive income, doing what I want to do, going where I want to go. I bought the house at 31. By 36, I would never have to work a job again. I guarantee that. And the only reason I'm working now, to be honest, is to pay off these loans faster. I can pay off the loans with the income I have now over time. But with me working a 9 to 5, it makes it like that. By the end of the year, I'll be out of bad and good debt. And I can do it all over again. And that's rejoiceful, knowing that you can go to work when you want to, when you feel like it, not having to. I don't have to rely on a job for income or to pay my bills. That's why I invest. My investments put me in this position. My investments pay my bills. The decision I made to go to the military when I was young at the age of 21 pays my bills. And if you're young watching this, make a career decision now. And once you make that career decision, whatever it may be, once you start making that money, invest. If you're not into real estate, there are a million different avenues you could take when it comes to investing. You got the stock market, you got vending machines, be an entrepreneur, start your own business, clothing lines, water, food, shoes, anything, hats, shades, whatever. Just become your own brand and market your brand. Invest in yourself. What else? Like I said, real estate, cars. You can invest in it. You can literally buy and sell anything, including yourself. We have to use more of this. We have to use more of our mind instead of wasting our time. It ain't hard, people. It ain't hard. So I just put y'all on. I gave y'all a gem on how to buy your first investment property. Well, how I bought my first investment property and how you could also find a family member that wants to sell their house or wants to move away. See how much they owe on the house. And you might run into a family member that want a little profit. Cool. If they owe 100,000, go get you a loan for 150,000. Y'all bust that 50,000 profit down the middle. Tell them, hey, I'm gonna take this burden off your hand. You go get your apartment. Let me get 25, you get 25. Let me get 40, you get 10. Hey, we done. You take that extra income where they donate it to your LLC, and I would behoove you to have a business. Put it in your business name. Don't put it in your personal name. I mean, you can put it in your personal name, but if you like me, I want anything that I'm investing in, I want it up under LLC in case people try to sue or try to come for me, and that's another episode, that's another video. But you take that money, once they donate it to your business, you take that money and you invest. Go get you a piece of property. Don't go get no single family home. You can, but I advise you go get a duplex, triplex, quadplex, so on and so forth. Fix it up, dress it up and make it look good for them. Get you some renters and get renters insurance also. Get you some insurance, get you some renters, and you got the ball on the road. There you go. Easy money, easy cash flow coming in while you working, while you traveling, whatever. And if you find some good tenants, they gonna pay. I don't have any problems with my tenant. Paid all the time, every month. At the beginning of the month, first of the month, I'm going to get my pay. Easy. It's not hard. By the time my daughter is 21, she'll be a multimillionaire because of the decisions I'm making now. The decisions I make in life aren't for me anymore. Don't get me wrong. I still do things for myself. I still go out and have fun for myself. I still work on myself. Like now, I'm out here walking. I'm about to hit me a quick workout. As soon as I get done, I'm still working on me. I'm still empowering me, bettering me. But most of the 90% of my decisions these days are for my children. And not only my children, my children's children's children's. So they won't have to struggle and go through the adversity or the things that I went through. Now they still are going to make mistakes and go through things, but do they have to struggle the way I did while going through it? No, because I'm not selfish, because I refuse to put them through the struggle, and because I decide to change. I decide to invest. I decided to be there for my children. I decided to become a man. I decided to become an investor. I decided to have something, to give something, to leave something, more than just a legacy. Assets. Go invest into assets and stop worrying about these material things like Nike. Don't get me wrong, I like to wear nice things. I like to go nice places, but I drive a used car that's paid for. I live in a nice home that I pay for. And I wear nice clothes and things, but I ain't gotta have the flyers clothes and all that. Long as my bills paid and I'm still investing and my investments are going up in value and I can leave something to my children, life is great. Long as my children can live a better life and have better experiences and see more of the world than I have, or have a better experience at life than I had, I'm good. I ain't tripping. I love the decisions I've made thus far. I'm glad I made the mistakes I made because they brought me to this point I'm at now. But we have to invest, people. We have to invest. You got any questions, any concerns? Hit me in the comments. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, man. And y'all already know what's going on. I want y'all to always just keep going. And I'm out.